Honourable Ministers, Parliamentarians, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Australian Awards for Teaching Excellence 2009. I'm Geraldine Doog and I'm absolutely delighted, I have to say, to be MC for today's ceremony. I'm really thrilled to be here. These venerable awards are a real opportunity to celebrate the profession of teaching and its contribution to the nation. They're a way to honour those truly exceptional teachers and principals and school staff and some of the communities around them too, who work creatively and tirelessly and relatively in a way that's unthanked for the lives and opportunities of young Australians. The awards are open to teachers, including teacher leaders and beginning teachers, principals, support staffs and schools. And they recognise the pivotal role of the teaching profession in delivering high-quality education for young Australians, right across the range, from early childhood right through to senior secondary, in small and large schools and in urban and rural settings across Australia. And I think really that probably what they do is that these awards give a very public face to the high quality of Australian educators. They give the media a chance to meet you. They make you the water cooler conversation, which is something that I myself was dreaming about for years, and all the years I used to interview about issues relating to the teaching profession. And I thought, when is somebody going to come up with an awards ceremony that really is classy and something of status? And of course, I think that was 2003, I think, to the best of my knowledge, that they did begin, and they're just gathering pace, I think, as the years go on. And they really do shine a light on people who, just in their everyday routine roles, bring outstanding results to their schools and their students and their community. And I think another thing is they create a much better understanding, probably, amidst all the sturm and drang of what passes in the media for discussion about education, of what really is effective teaching, and a greater appreciation of the high quality of teaching that it is often unremarked in our high schools. In our schools, pardon me, not just our high schools, our schools across Australia. Something else I think, may I offer, is a great line attributed to Napoleon. Leaders are brokers in hope. And that's what I see as being very much on display here in these awards. I don't know whether you see yourselves like that, but that's how I see it. Brokers of hope. And, well, I don't think I need to say that there's always a shortage of that in countries undergoing as rapid a change as we seem to be going through, really played out often in our school settings. So today, 64 award winners will be recognised for their contributions and their successes. And what better place than this great hall of the Parliament to acknowledge the achievement of Australia's teaching profession. In fact, a very small reflection on my own school life, that I went to Santa Maria College in Perth. The Mercy nuns taught me. And Carmen Lawrence was the head girl at my school. She was about 5 years ahead of me. And there was a great line went around that Carmen had no fear entering places like the Great Hall and the House of Representatives, because she, like me, had withstood Sister Mary Paschal. So I don't know who the modern equivalent of Sister Mary Paschal was, but Sister Paschal liked bold girls, and she certainly, you had to step up. And, well, I thought she was wonderful, but she was, yes, she was she who must be obeyed. There's no doubt about that. Anyway, shortly we'll be presenting the Best National Achievement Awards and a lot of highly commended achievement awards in 6 categories. So these are the categories: excellence by a teacher, excellence in teacher leadership, excellence by a beginning teacher, excellence by a principal, excellence by a support staff member, and excellence by a school and its community. Now, as is custom, we begin the formal aspect of this morning by acknowledging the traditional owners of this country, the Ngunnawal people, and we're fortunate to have with us today an elder from the Ngunnawal people, Mrs. Agnes Shea, OAM, who will perform the Welcome to Country. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Agnes to the stage.
Well, good morning. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge all of our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, teachers and principals. Before I say a bit about this wonderful event, I'd like to just say a little bit about myself and the Ngunnawal people and the country. I am one of the Ngunnawal elders. I'm an Aboriginal elder and I'm very, very proud of all this. And it is my great pleasure to be invited here this morning to welcome you to the land of the Ngunnawal people. But firstly, I'd like to acknowledge those who've come to Canberra for the first time for this wonderful event. I extend a very warm welcome to you, and to those who've been here before, welcome back. I will just say a little bit about the Ngunnawal country and then I will explain why an elder is asked to come and do Welcome to Country. The Ngunnawal community are the traditional owners of the ACT and region. There are many clans that make up the Ngunnawal nations, and our identity is a collective identity. There are other Indigenous and non-Indigenous people from many nations who have come to live on the Ngunnawal land. I would like to acknowledge you also. So before I continue, I would like to just explain why an elder is asked to come and do welcome, but also the meaning of the welcome. The tradition of welcoming people is a cultural practice that was handed down by our old people at the beginning of time. And what it means, before entering another person's country, you would always announce your arrival and not enter until a traditional owner of the country welcomed you. And the reason for this is to protect your spirit while you're in another person's country, but also show respect to the people of the country you're entering. And as one of the Ngunnawal elders, I'm now very, very proud to see when non-Indigenous organisations and government asks an elder to come and do Welcome to Country, it shows that they are also respecting our traditional culture. I am very pleased to be here with you today. It is going to be a very special, and we thank the teachers and principals and schools who provide our young people with such a valuable tool in education and learning. Teachers and schools are important to Australia because they, along with the children they teach, are our future. It is important to reward the people who train our future generations and pass on their knowledge. The teachers and schools here today have made it their career to educate our children and to help them learn and grow. And for that, we are very, very grateful. It is great to see winners from all over Australia. Well done to each and every one of you. And I wish you all the best for today, but also for your future. I thank you again, and I'd just like to finish in the words of the Ngunnawal people, Nagana Yarrabai Yangu, which means you're welcome to leave your footprints on our land now, or again, welcome to Ngunnawal country. I'm sorry, but I'd love to stay and see the awards being presented, but I'll have to excuse myself because I'm due upstairs in the theatre for another one of these. So thank you all again. Thank you.
Thank you, Agnes, very much. And hear, hear is what I say to you in terms of echoing your words, and thank you for your welcome. Now, ladies and gentlemen, would you also join me in welcoming Gregor Ramsey AM? He's the Chair of Teaching Australia, which supervises these awards, and I welcome him now to say a few words.
Thank you, Geraldine, and particularly thank you to Agnes for the welcome you've given to us. And I suppose it's for me to add a warm welcome from Teaching Australia, and particularly the Board of Directors, to all of you, celebrating the achievements of our teachers, principals, support staff and schools. This ceremony draws school people together from all over Australia. It genuinely is a national approach to quality schooling. And Teaching Australia has been privileged to be part of the Australian Government's National Awards for Excellence in various aspects of schooling since 2005. We look forward to the teaching profession having a continuing role in the awards over coming years, because it's an important and positive interface between the profession and government. They provide an excellent opportunity to showcase a few of the many outstanding achievements within this great profession of ours we call teaching. We are currently seeing a huge national effort by government and education authorities to improve student outcomes and invest in Australia's future through the social, economic and technological gains that will follow. The Australian Government's support for the Australian Awards for Teaching Excellence is part of the national effort. Quality teaching and school leadership are, of course, at the heart of improved outcomes. And as I should remind you, so is the support of parents whose role in schooling sometimes is underestimated. The awards recognise that good systems and processes, flash curricula and materials and national testing take us only so far. In the end, we look to the professionalism and unswerving commitment of individual teachers, principals and other school staff working positively with students to achieve the best possible outcomes, not only for students, but for the teachers themselves and for schools as well. This year's awards show once again the enormous contribution that teachers, principals and support staff make to our schools, the high quality education they support. The award citations, and I do commend you to read this as I did last night. The citations are so well composed and written, and they do focus on what each person has done or the school has done. The award citations speak of passion, dedication, imagination and energy, of individuals who show boundless initiative and leadership, of school communities that work together with real commitment for common goals. They are inspiring tales of people who make a real difference in the lives of our young people and are helping to shape a creative, harmonious, forward-looking society. We are fortunate indeed to have such people in our schools showing the way in what can be achieved. What comes through very strongly in the success stories represented by what's in the document is the spirit and power of collegiality. That is at the core of any profession, and it has to be at the core of our profession. And I'm impressed with the general use of research to inform practice. These are the hallmarks of a vigorous profession and also, may I say, a rigorous one. In the citations, I find people who embody the values and commitments of the Charter for the Australian teaching profession. And I hold it up and wave it so that you will recognise it if you see it in your school or you have a copy to look at. The Charter, which has been adopted by over 30 national professional associations, is a touchstone for principals and teachers about the profession to which they belong. And they offer a compact with the community about what the profession will provide our community, and I commend it to you. In objectives encapsulating the achievements of our award winners, may I give the following. They have set high standards for every student and responded to individual needs. They've challenged their students to be all that they can be, to set demanding goals for themselves and to make a contribution to others. They've created schools that welcome students and fostered the development of values so that all students, whatever their personal circumstances, can participate and thrive. They've provided experiences that engage each student's capacity to learn, and there have been many wonderful examples of award winners who have, and I quote from the Charter, inspired students to discover the joy of learning, drawing them into a world of knowledge, ideas and creativity, and set them on a path for lifelong engagement with education. Many award winners have wholeheartedly taken on the challenge of making schools places that bridge social and cultural divides. Their work has helped refugee children and families adjust to the life in a new land, given young people in the juvenile justice system a better chance in life, providing rich opportunities for students with special needs, and, dear to my heart, worked tirelessly to achieve equal outcomes for Aboriginal students and particularly remote communities. Others have drawn disengaged students back into education by opening up new pathways to bright futures. Award winners have used values and pastoral care to weave the fabric of student well-being, and social capital has been built with thriving school communities to build healthy schools. I've been specially taken with the achievements in engaging students with science and mathematics, my own teaching background, which I recently returned to, trying to assist my grandchildren in the mysteries of mathematics and quadratic equations. I had to dredge back into my... But these are crucial areas of capability for Australia's future. But we're all familiar with the reports of too few people taking on careers in those fields. Here, perhaps, there are hopeful signs of a turnaround. And as I was a recent visitor to Antarctica, I'm in awe of one award winner who inspired students with her own research in Antarctica and work with NASA scientists. Not everyone can do that, of course, but award winners have shown a host of other imaginative ways to get students interested in science and build their understanding. Language teaching is another area that has been recognised in these awards and shows some glimmers, I think, of how language teaching should be developed in our schools and ways in which we can have our children much more interested in developing their language skills in other languages. What is featured too strongly in the work of many award winners is the creative use of new technologies to connect the real world of today's students with their schooling, to engage students in ways that respond to different learning styles and rates of progress, to extend learning opportunities, taking students to exciting places beyond school walls, and to exploit their potential as sophisticated learning tools. Our schools are a microcosm of our society with all its complexities and challenges, and we look to those in our schools to embrace the opportunities thrown up by change. I encourage you all to read those citations that I mentioned earlier for the award-winning principals, teachers, support staff and schools. They are a testament to a trust well earned and to a healthy national education system, despite what is sometimes said in the press. I'm sure you will feel, as I do, that our young people are in good hands. Warmest congratulations to all of our award winners for a job exceptionally well done. Thank you all.
Thank you very much indeed, Gregor, for those words of support and that nice characterisation of schools as a microcosm of society. I must say I've just moved house this past week, so I've only just got my head together, and my new next door neighbour is helping to roll out your stimulus package, Deputy Prime Minister, and he was just telling me of beautiful stories, he's an IT specialist, of kids hanging around, watching, waiting, inspired by all the technology, but waiting to tackle their work in a completely different way. It was quite inspirational. In fact, I'm determined to sell it to Kerry O'Brien, the 7:30 report. I might also persuade my neighbour that we're reasonable neighbours, you never know. Anyway, there's good stories happening. I'm well aware of it, and that's what I think today is all about. And I'm sure everyone's extremely grateful to Teaching Australia and the Australian College of Educators for the opportunity to celebrate the successes of teaching and thank them for organising an event like this. Well, it is now my great pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Education, the Honourable Julia Gillard, to deliver the keynote address. So please welcome the Deputy Prime Minister to the stage.
Thank you very much for that welcome. Can I start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet, and in a spirit of reconciliation, paying my respects to elders past and present. Can I also start by welcoming you to our world of ringing bells and buzzing pages and members of Parliament pushing past you in the rows to get out and back in again. We seem to be having a number of divisions in the House of Representatives and the Senate. I should be able to tell you what they're about, but we'll worry about that sometime later. But I'm sure they're all very important decisions being made right around us as we gather here. And can I also welcome you to what is the teaching equivalent of the Academy Awards, where we get the best and brightest together. So we're expecting all of the normal performances we see at the Oscars, tearful speeches, thanks to Mum, all of those kind of things as the event unfolds. Can I specifically acknowledge Gregor Ramsay, who's just spoken to you, our Chair of Teaching Australia, Helen Tracy, CEO of Teaching Australia. My friend Denise Bradley is here, the National President of the Australian College of Educators. I understand we're joined by John Stanhope, the ACT Chief Minister, and also Andrew Barr, the ACT Minister for Education and Training. And what are we here to do? Well, we're here to honour people with the Australian Award for Teaching Excellence. And these awards celebrate the incredibly important role, the crucial role that our most committed and effective teachers, principals and support staff play in our schools. Great teachers, great teaching is a precious resource for the nation. And I think we all know, whether we're teachers, whether we're not, we all know that the connection between a teacher and a student in the classroom can be one of the most profound influences on a person's life. Very recently, we celebrated something very special for this nation. We celebrated the first Australian woman to receive a Nobel Prize, Professor Elizabeth Blackburn. And what was interesting about that, obviously she was overwhelmed and delighted to receive an award of such great worldwide prestige. But when she was spoken to about what got her to that place that enabled her to receive that Nobel Prize, she credited a favourite teacher from her school, from Broadland House Church of England Grammar School, where she grew up in Launceston in the early 1960s. She credited a teacher called Nancy Hughes, who said that teacher ignited her passion for science. And I think that story of one of Australia's greatest female scientists, now recognised around the world, I think that story from her tells us everything we need to know about the value of teaching. It literally does change lives. As a government, we have been saying to school communities, to parents, to teachers, to principals, to support staff, that we've got big expectations of you. We've got big expectations of what can be achieved in every school. But we're confident that those big expectations can be met because we are confident in the quality and the future of Australian teaching. We know that this nation is home to some of the best, and we want to work with the best teachers in schools right around this country to deliver changes that will make a difference for the lives of Australian students. That's why we're investing in and reforming Australia's schools. That's why we're developing a national curriculum. That's why we're supporting new investments and new ways of working in literacy and numeracy. That's why we're so determined to close the gap in Indigenous education, the achievement gap between Indigenous and non-Indigenous students. That's why we're working in partnership through national partnership agreements with state and territory governments and with non-government school systems. We're working with them to build smarter schools, lifting further the quality of teaching and particularly focusing on making a difference for those children who need the transformative power of education the most, those children who come from our poorer households and our disadvantaged communities. We're building a new era of transparency to identify where and how schools are making a difference. And all of this is backed by considerable new resources from the national government. Indeed, over this 4 years, we have more than doubled the Commonwealth contribution to school education. But at the heart of all of this lies the professional excellence of our teachers. I get to visit a lot of schools. It's a very great pleasure to do so. I get to talk to students. Some of them ask me some quite difficult questions. And as we all know, I'm not smarter than a 5th grader, so I sometimes struggle with the answers. But I also get to meet a large number of teachers right around the country. And when I do, I'm constantly struck by their commitment to making a difference in the lives of the children that they teach. I'm also struck by how demanding an occupation teaching is. Now, today's winners are people who are in that demanding occupation, who work with those in the demanding occupation of teaching, and who have achieved great results. We are here today because we want to recognise that contribution, and we also, through recognising it, want to inspire others to do the same. Each of you should be very proud of your achievements. We're very proud of you. And some of the awards, some of the people that we will recognise today are engaging students in information and communication technologies. And yes, it does inspire kids. It does inspire them to become better engaged with their learning. And some are actually spreading those skills beyond the boundaries of their school into local communities and working with local businesses to achieve better results. Some of the people we will honour today are going that extra distance to engage students in science, in maths and in language education, because we know each of those things is important to building a strong, diverse, prosperous and innovative society. Tomorrow we're going to celebrate World Teachers' Day. So it's a great day to be having these awards as we move to World Teachers' Day tomorrow. And that's going to be another opportunity for the nation to say thank you. Thank you to the teachers, thank you to the principals, thank you to the support staff who make it all happen. I want to encourage all Australians to mark World Teachers' Day and to actually think about what is happening in our local schools. I'm very heartened that we see so many people committed to making such a difference. I want to thank you all for that. And I'd also like to give special thanks to Teaching Australia and to its chair, Dr. Gregor Ramsay, for organising these awards on behalf of the Australian Government since 2006. And also to say thanks for all the wider work that's been done by Dr. Ramsay and Teaching Australia to encourage and promote professional excellence among teachers. You and the Australian College of Educators have made this event a great success. It's now my very great pleasure and privilege to award the winners of both the highly commended and Best National Achievement Awards for 2009. Thank you very much.
Yes, thanks very much. Thank you, Deputy Prime Minister, for your words and clear passion and belief. I also know several MPs, and they also say the visits to the schools are the things that really keep them going, actually, because they're such hubs and they're so clearly vital. And I think it's something that possibly a lot of us could actually learn to do and get reinvigorated. Now, before we move on, could I please also thank our judges from all the award categories who had the incredibly difficult task of selecting winners from such a large and strong group of nominations. I wonder if you could just show your applause, please, by their acclamation. I know some of them are here today, and we do really want to thank you. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, time to present the awards, starting with the Highly Commended Achievement Awards. So this is Highly Commended Award for Excellence by a Teacher. And this celebrates those truly exceptional teachers whose innovative approaches and exemplary professional practice have created stimulating and supportive learning environments. And the passion and commitment demonstrated by these award-winning teachers inspire students to be the best they can be. Now, there are 17 recipients. I'd ask you to hold your applause until the end, and the Minister will present a certificate to each recipient. So, the first recipient, Gregory Bland from Brisbane Girls Grammar School in Queensland, for revitalising mathematics teaching and learning. Could I also welcome Jessine Bonzes from Safety Bay Senior High School in Western Australia for building success through achievement in sport. Philip Brown from Black Mountain School in the ACT, making a difference in special education. Adrian Cam has been awarded from the Mooroopna Secondary College in Victoria for 21st century learning through emerging technologies. Sarah Chapman from Townsville State High School in Queensland for bridging primary and secondary learning about science. I don't think I ever managed that well. I think I need Sarah's help. Lewis Cheeseman is from Mindari Senior College in WA, enhancing well-being through health and outdoor education. Christiane Coneza Bostock from Rosny College in Tasmania, distinguished leadership in teaching the French language and culture. Coral Connor hails from the Northern Beaches Christian School in New South Wales, awarded for her commitment to mathematics and the welfare of students. Louise Corrigan from Karama Primary School in the Territory for exemplary practice in literacy teaching. Libby Gadke is from Xavier Catholic College in Queensland, bringing technology to the first years of school. Greg Hackett is from Minlayton District School in South Australia, and he's awarded for influencing student wellbeing and the positive ethos of the school. Andrew Locke is from Tallabudgera Beach Outdoor Education School, doesn't that sound great, in Queensland, using natural resources for real-life learning experiences. Gay Masters is from Richmond River High School in New South Wales, respecting culture and promoting success for all. And indeed, Richmond River's making quite a play today. Christopher Mills is also from Richmond River, making mathematics understandable and fun. Anne Merchant is from Hawkesdale P12 College, Victoria, creating learning partnerships beyond the walls. Very critical work these days. Kimberly Pericles is from Belmore South Primary School in New South Wales, using technology to engage primary learners with literacy. Carissa Quatermain is from the Queen of Apostles Primary School in WA, success in literacy and numeracy. And would you please join me in congratulating all the highly commended award winners. We now move on to the second category of awards, Highly Commended Award for Excellence in Teacher Leadership. Now, winners in this category are highly accomplished teachers who apply their extensive professional knowledge and outstanding skills to lead others, the ultimate leadership. They model and promote productive teamwork, they act as mentors for colleagues and empower their school communities to develop and achieve an inclusive and challenging learning environment for all. There are 5 recipients, and again, if you'd mind holding your applause till the end. The first is Catherine Fisher from Aberfoyle Park High School in South Australia, valuing difference as a catalyst for change. Lissa Hodson is from the Queensland Academy for Health Sciences, leading e-learning for 21st century futures. Marion Mackenzie is from Seaford 6 to 12 School in South Australia, leading values education and socially just outcomes for all. Stacey Quince is from Campbelltown's Performing Arts High School in New South Wales, leading teachers as learners. And Kenneth Silburn is from Casula High School in New South Wales, dedicated to quality science teaching. And applause, please, all, for these wonderful lectures. Now we move to the third category of awards, Highly Commended Award for Excellence by a Beginning Teacher. And this highlights the impressive achievements of teachers in those tough and challenging first 3 years of their career. These talented new teachers are recognised for the energetic and highly effective approaches they bring to the classroom and the quite remarkable outcomes occasionally that they've already achieved but will achieve in what we hope will be long and fulfilling careers. 5 recipients. First, Alicia Green from the Canobolas Rural Technology High School in New South Wales, outstanding teaching in hospitality and vocational education. Kelly McGraw is from Macquarie Fields High School in New South Wales, changing the culture of English teaching. Anthony Parsons, also from Seaford 6 to 12 School in South Australia, promoting success for students in tourism and vocational education and training. Marley Vandermeer is from Ellenbrook Christian College in WA, a pioneer for media studies. And Lee Williams from the Christian Outreach College in Brisbane, enhancing teaching and learning in middle years maths and science. Please join me in congratulating all the award winners. Now, the next category is Highly Commended Award for Excellence by a Principal, and this is designed to tease out exceptional leadership that has energised and inspired their school communities. And the people who will be awarded today promote and model excellent teaching and learning. They challenge their staff to expand their expertise and through collaborative planning processes demonstrate adaptability and creativity to achieve the best possible educational outcomes for students. And gee, I tell you what, these people have my respect. 7 recipients. Clayton Carnes from Hermit Park State School in Queensland, leading the way, leading the way as well in sustainability education and technology. Marion Guppy from Darwin High School in the Territory, exemplary leadership at a time of significant change, I'll bet. Loretta Hamilton is from Courtney Gardens Primary School in Victoria, a vision for world-class teaching and learning. Anne Hewlett is from Layla or Lawler Park? Layla West Primary School, Victoria, enhancing teacher leadership for student learning and achievement. I'm always aware that Layla and Lawler gets different pronunciations. Coral McAllister is from Majura Primary School in the ACT for dedication to collaboration to achieve common goals. And Ruby Toombs is from Springvale South Primary School in Victoria, a strong drive for student success. And Vicky Treble from Balgowlah North Public School in New South Wales, developing and sustaining teacher quality. Please join me, ladies and gentlemen, in congratulating. The next category, highly commended awards for excellence by a support staff member. And this celebrates the remarkable and diverse contribution of school employees other than teachers. So it's a terrific award. These award winners have demonstrated a strong commitment to student success, and they work harmoniously and tirelessly for the benefit of students, staff, parents and wider community, and are often absolutely vital members of a school community in my experience. 6 recipients today. Rosie Elgar is from the Youth Education Centre at McGill in South Australia, providing exemplary support for students at risk. Kim Giannoni is from Salisbury High School in South Australia, opening doors from school to work. Regrettably, no Bridgestone tyre plant on offer anymore for Kim. Colin John is from Bald Hills State School in Queensland for dedication to the school community. Ian Stevenson is from St Patrick's College, Strathfield in New South Wales, providing proactive, empathetic pastoral care. Anne Stewart is from Banksia Park International High School in South Australia, a leader in school administration. Paul Taylor is from Dubbo College Senior Campus in New South Wales, supporting Aboriginal students and families. What a great bunch. Please give them your support. And now the final category to be presented before we move on to the winners of the Best Nationals is Highly Commended Award for Excellence by a School and its Community. And this is interesting. Winners in this category have created sustainable, dynamic and productive partnerships between schools, families and their communities. And they've created supportive and inclusive networks, strengthening school and community ties, informing and driving school improvement, very much a sort of virtuous loop, addressing challenges and creating opportunities for students to engage in stimulating educational experiences. Now, this is a real growth area, so there are 18 recipients here, so we'll move through and acknowledge all. First, Brighton Grammar School and Furbank Grammar School, Victoria, represented by John Phillips, enriching the community through shared expertise and facilities. Burnside State High School in Queensland, represented by Kerry Dunn, changing life paths for young mothers and their children. The Dorothy Wade Centre for Early Learning in New South Wales, represented by Neville Dwyer, early learning that responds to children's interests and needs. The Venerable Hornsby Girls High in New South Wales, represented today by Robert Phillips, for partnering with the community in careers education. And I love this one. Emmanuel Lutheran College in Queensland, represented by Judy Harris, for inspiring a lifelong love of literature. Jandowie Prep to 10 State School in Queensland, represented by Kathy Lindsay, for creating a positive and supportive school culture. Key College, Youth Off the Streets, New South Wales, represented by Lou Single, for breaking the cycle of disadvantage. Kingswood High School in New South Wales is our next award winner, represented by Paul Erickson, changing the school and renewing its public image. MacKillop College in Victoria, represented by Rory Kennedy, equipping all students for success in a changing world. Norman Park State School in Queensland, represented by Andrew Walker and David Edwards, student and community engagement as keys to academic success. And then from WA, my home state, the Orange Grove Primary School, represented by Pat Nottle, a small school leading the way in 21st century learning. The Ururu Area School, hope I pronounced that properly, in South Australia, represented by Marg Custance, a school working with its community to achieve mutually beneficial goals. Presbyterian Ladies College, WA, represented by Beth Blackwood, learning through technologies for 21st century education. And the Sandgate District State High School in Queensland, represented by Andrew Foster, for making mathematics authentic, relevant and fun. The trifecta. Not just fun. Michael Morgan is representing Shenton College, WA, aiming for magnificence. This is becoming full of hyperbole. It's probably true, though. St Leo's Catholic College, New South Wales, represented by Debbie Buskell, a mission to develop confident, competent young people of conscience. The Walsher Central School, New South Wales, represented by Sabina Armstrong, a focus on welfare for learning. The Yea High School in Victoria, represented by Stephen Franzi Ford, family engagement underpinning quality education. Now that was a great list. Please congratulate them. I just think you got a real flavour there of what those schools are doing. Fantastic achievements. Now, Deputy Prime Minister, I wonder if you could stay on stage now to present the awards to the Best National Achievement category awards, and the first award being the Best National Achievement Award in Excellence by a Teacher, and the winner is Tracy Anthony from Arranmore Catholic College in Western Australia. Now, Tracy has bridged cultural divides, going to phenomenal lengths, I understand, to support Sudanese students within her school and the broader community, to provide them with every opportunity to achieve success in learning and other aspects of life. So congratulations, Tracy. The next award is for Best National Achievement Award in Excellence in Teacher Leadership, and the winner is Melissa Gould-Drakeley from Macarthur Anglican School in New South Wales. Melissa has made a great emphasis, put great emphasis on the power of language learning to enrich lives and to create global citizens. So I'm passionately interested in what Melissa's doing. We're going backwards in language education at the moment. We've got to go forwards. She's made an enormous contribution to languages education through outstanding practice and leadership. So congratulations, Melissa. The next award is Best National Achievement Award in Excellence by a Beginning Teacher, those first critical 3 years. And the winner is Jane Dobson from Claremont College in Tasmania. Jane is a secondary science teacher with a determination to make science inviting and accessible for all students. She lifts their aspirations, we're told, creates opportunities, motivates all round and engenders success. So wonderful catalogue of virtues there. The next award is for Best National Achievement in Excellence by a Principal, and the winner is Andrew Syme from Scotch College in Western Australia. Andrew has transformed approaches to learning and teaching at the college. His vision and leadership have achieved real community in the college, with opportunities for leadership by students, staff and parents, and responsibility shared by all. And he had many backers, so congratulations, Andrew. The next award is the Achievement Award in Excellence by a Support Staff Member, and the winner is Lisa Brock, Australian Technical College, Spencer Gulf and Outback in South Australia. Lisa Brock's energy, drive and passion, and her ability to inspire others, more to the point, with her commitment to better outcomes for young people, have made a life-changing contribution to opportunities for the students she supports. So you can just imagine what she's achieving there. The next award is for Excellence by a School and its Community. It's a very interesting award, I think. And the winner is the Magella Catholic Primary School in Western Australia, represented by Maureen Burke. And Magella Catholic Primary Schools made an incredible difference, educationally and socially, to the lives of refugee children and their families. So they've seen a problem and fixed it. And now, finally, the one you've been waiting for, so we can all go and have a little bit of a morning tea, the Minister's Award for Excellence in Information and Communication Technologies, the future, we're told. The ICT Award celebrates innovative and inspirational use of interactive technologies to enhance student outcomes and opportunities. The winner has been chosen from nominees in the teacher leader, the principal and school award category. So this really was a doozy to judge because it wasn't exactly apple and apple comparisons. And the winner is Adrian Cam from Mooroopna Secondary College in Victoria. Now, Adrian is a total gem. He's a dynamic young teacher whose pioneering use of emerging technologies is having a very positive impact on student engagement and learning outcomes in mathematics and science across the state of Victoria. So a big congratulations to Adrian, and I invite Adrian if you'd like to say a few words.
Deputy Prime Minister and the Ministers for Education, Honourable Ministers, Parliamentarians, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to thank the Deputy Prime Minister for her recognition of the significant role teachers have in preparing our students for a future that is yet to exist. It is an exciting and challenging time in education, and it is with great pride I accept this award. At no other point in history have we seen such rapid developments in technology. To put this in perspective, in the next 10 years, we are likely to see the equivalent of 100 years of technological change. When I started at Mooroopna Secondary College in 2006, I began to have informal conversations with staff about emerging technologies and their implications for teaching and learning. I remember a conversation I had with the principal, Gary Fletcher. It revolved around the lack of forward thinking amongst the staff. He asked me, "How are you going to change their thinking?" And I replied, "One staff member at a time." 3 years later, Mooroopna Secondary College is pioneering new and innovative programs and has a strong vision for the future. Teaching is definitely more than just a job. It shapes the lives of our future generations. On behalf of all the award winners here today, I would like to thank the Australian Government for recognising our commitment to teaching, the passion we have for our subject area, and our dedication to achieving the best possible outcomes for all students. Thank you.
Thank you, Adrian, very much indeed. I can remember when new technology came to the ABC. It was shocking, actually. It was truly, it was most dreadful. Two very good broadcasters, actually, who I won't name, basically couldn't cope, and I can remember the business of who taught you to take on the new technology was so important, and I can remember it's sort of mildly terrifying when someone like Adrian says we're going to have 100 years of technology in the next 10, you sort of think, but I can remember that we were initially taught, we were moving from all levers and pull things and so on to touch screens, and the not so clever teachers would say, "No, you could virtually fly a 747 on this touch screen," which sent absolute terror through most people who were just trying to actually meet their deadline. And the clever teachers among us said, "Now, this equates to that in the old studio. This equates to that equates to that, so you will actually go to air, and then you can start thinking about other things." It was just one of those amazing moments of realising what very good handing on of knowledge is and what people think it is and it's not. So I've no doubt that we've all moved a long way from those dreadful early days of total terror. So thank you anyway, Deputy Prime Minister. It's lovely to have you here because I know it's a busy day. Would you please thank the Julia Gillard for the... And I think all award recipients could really sense that sincerity in the Deputy Prime Minister's words and aspirations for the future of teaching, and just for that sense of really investing a lot in these awards such that the message is sent to the community. You are critical members of our community who are highly valued. And it is very heartwarming, I do quite a few award ceremonies one way and the other. I did Export Award winners in Sydney yesterday, and they are also heartwarming stories. They're sort of fundamentally people who are engaged, I suppose, and you can see it. in people. You see the sparkling eyes. They don't, that's the advertisement. It's all there to see. You get to interview a lot of people in my life, and you can see the people who are enjoying their lives. And when I come to award ceremonies like this, I go home and go back to my office and bombard my poor staff with people whom we've got to interview. You can see them think, oh my God, she's been at another award ceremony. How many interviews is she going to want to put to air? So look, thank you, sincerely, from all of us for your extraordinary contribution, for going undoubtedly way beyond what's asked of you. That's the impression I generally get, way beyond the job statement. And I do hope that you continue to enjoy yourselves and advocate for teaching as a truly great profession. Thank you also to Teaching Australia and to the Australian College of Educators for organising today's event. These events are special, but they need good organisation. I don't think we Australians like Dimboola-like arrangements anymore. I think we like them to be well done. And a special thank you to all the teachers again. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the presentation of awards. It's been a pleasure to be with you today. I do hope that you can stay and have some morning tea, and I'll join you before I have to leave to go back to do my program. But congratulations again to all the award winners. Thank you for being here.